it's Mark from the United States.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Mark from the States, how are we doing today? I am doing fantastic, and I hope you are as well. Come sit on this big fake couch. Cats are off to the side here playing. Yes, that is true. They're off to the side here playing. We're going to take a UK citizenship test. And I say we because you're going to shout the answers at me. And maybe one of you will get through and I'll be able to hear it and be able to answer. If this is anything like the US citizenship test, it has a lot of questions about how the government works and historical facts. So if that's the case, I could be in trouble. I really don't understand the government and how it works. I have a very periphery, understanding of it. And I do know some history, but I've been trying to cram as much as I can for the last 9, 10, 11 months, and it goes in, and there's only so much room, and as more stuff goes in, stuff unfortunately has to come out. So we'll see how much I've retained over all this stuff that I've been learning. But I'm here with you, and that's all that matters to me. So regardless how I do on this test, I still love all of you, and hopefully you won't kick me to the curb. So anyway, as I mentioned in the last video, this is my public service announcement. The last video of me in San Francisco, I mentioned that I saw my dermatologist, and there's a lot of precancerous stuff going on my face and on my head. And so I've been given this treatment to burn off, essentially, all the dead cancerous stuff that's all over my face and stuff. And so instead of shying away and hiding for however long it takes, I'm going to continue doing videos. I've gotten a ton of support, and I am so blessed and grateful to all of you for speaking out and just giving me we got your back, and it really really has been wonderful, so thank you. And I've decided to go ahead and do the treatment while doing the video, so you are kind of like along for the ride. If it gets too grotesque, feel free not to watch, because apparently I've seen pictures of people who have taken this treatment, and it doesn't look good. So other than my pride, hopefully maybe someone will get something out of it, and I encourage all of you to take a look at your skin, because it's really kind of, if you're a lot like me, I take it for granted. And it is the one organ in your body that you abuse every single day, whether it's sun or, just the weather. And I don't moisturize. I certainly don't use lotion. I would never use sunblock when I was younger. And of course, nowadays, I'm always wearing a hat when I go outside, and I look for the shade. But, when I was younger, I never did any of that. And now it's starting to come back. So to keep it from turning into skin cancer, I am doing this procedure, this treatment, or whatever you want to call it. And thanks to all of the support that I've gotten from all of you, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to all live this together. We'll see. So, with that said, let's get on to what we're going to do today. We're going to take this UK citizenship test. Hopefully I don't make myself look like a fool. And so this is when you bring it up on the screen, take Meghan Markle's UK citizenship test. Now, I'm assuming she's taken the same one as the rest of the people who are trying to become citizens. I got to put my glasses on so I can read. Let's go ahead and scroll down. Question number 1. Let's see here. American actress, blah, blah, blah. You need to answer at least 18 out of 24 on a range of topics about life in the UK. Could you test your knowledge with a selection of the questions to see how you'd fare? Okay. What countries does Great Britain refer to? Oh man. Hopefully they're all this easy. I know it's not Northern Ireland. It's England, Scotland, and Wales. So let's hope they're all this easy. What is a fundamental principle of British life? Ignoring your neighbors? Eating fish on a Friday? Actively supporting your local football team? Participation in community life? Well, if I had to just make a common sense answer, it would be participation in community life. Although I'm sure some would say this: actively supporting your local football team. Which colonies of the British Empire decided to declare their independence in 1776? Well, that's an easy one. Oh, wow. This is pretty simple so far. Which of the following is a British overseas territory? Well, I learned that by watching videos here. Who built the Tower of London? Oh, okay. Well, I know it's not these two. Cromwell, I don't think it was him. I think it's William the Conqueror. Whew. That was a little scary there. What do Sir William Golding, that name sounds familiar, Seamus Heaney and Harold Pinter have in common? Athletes? No. Awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature? They were part of the British expedition, first British expedition to the North Pole. No. They've all been prime minister. Oh, I can hear you guys yelling it. I just can't make out what you're saying. I don't think they have any of those guys. I don't know prime ministers. I, of course, know the big named ones. I mean, but you could always have these, obscure prime ministers that were in office when really nothing historical was going on. They always seem to be forgotten. They have been prime minister. It's these two here on the end for sure. They have Nobel Prize in Literature, which is what I'm leaning towards here. Sir William Golding, I believe, wasn't he a Sir William? Yeah, I'm going to say I can't imagine, because if he got Sir as a prime minister, I think I would have known. So it's got to be Nobel Prize in Literature. Okay, St. Andrew is the patron. Oh, you kidding me? Is this patron saint of which country? St. Andrew is the patron saint. I don't know this. I got to make an educated guess here. And the only I'm going to say, and this is how I've come up with this answer. There's a golf club in Scotland, isn't it St. Andrews, where they had the British Open? So that is the only reason I'm going to choose Scotland. Oh, shit. Okay. In everyday language, people may say, rain stopped play. With which sport, okay, is this phrase associated? Rain stopped play. Well, it's not rugby or football. They both play in the rain. I assume I've never seen cricket in the rain. In all the videos, I used to actually watch cricket videos way back when I started. And I don't think I ever saw something in the rain. And if it's a lot like baseball, they don't play in the rain. Horse racing now, I know they race, but they would never refer to it as play, like rain stopped play. So it's got to be cricket. Oh boy, here we go. Who has to pay national insurance contributions? Okay, I've seen a few videos just fairly recently on 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 the healthcare. Single people with no dependents. Who has to pay? Everybody in the UK who is in paid work. All those age 50 or below work full time. It's got to be everybody who has a paying job. And I learned that by watching the NHS videos. What is a responsibility that you will have as a citizen or permanent resident of the UK? Keeping an allotment, visiting your local pub. That would be mine, I think. That'd be my responsibility. Using your car as much as possible. Why is that? That's nonsense. Looking after the environment. Well, I know it's not using your car, and I know it's not visiting your local pub, even though I'm sure a lot of people probably would like that to be a responsibility. Keeping an allotment, it's got to be looking after the environment. And I don't obviously know the answer per se, but I'm just doing it as a process of elimination that these others don't, obviously, some obvious don't apply here. Looking after the environment. Why is 1918 an important date in the history of women's rights? Equal pay laws were passed. Okay. First divorce laws were introduced. Women were given the right to vote. Women were made legally responsible for their children. Equal pay laws were passed. I don't think it's that. First divorce laws were introduced. I don't think it's that. Women were given the right to vote. Women were made legally responsible. I'm going to say women were given the right to vote. Oh boy. Where's the UK Parliament based? Okay. It's Westminster. And, I think a year ago, I'd like to think I knew that a year ago. Which part of the British Empire did the Boer War of 1899 and 1902 take place? Australia? No. South Africa? I think so. I know of the Boer War. Here's the thing. I've never really watched a bunch of videos on the Boer War at all. You hear it referenced all the time, but I don't recall really talking about where it took place. Canada, obviously not Canada. But India? India? I'm going to go South Africa. I don't think it was in India. Whew. Okay. And I can imagine a lot of you were yelling at your monitor right now. Of course, it's South Africa. Which of the following is a famous Stone Age site in the... Oh, come on, really? Nelson, it's Stonehenge, of course. Who invaded England in 1066? Harold of Wessex. I don't think I know who that is. Richard the Lionheart. William of Normandy. And Canute? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sure it's not pronounced Canute, but that's what we're going with. I don't know Harold of Wessex, and I don't know this Canute fella. William of Normandy, Richard the Lionheart. Oh, gosh, both. I've seen videos. Both have been mentioned in other videos, and for whatever reason, I'm just getting them mixed up here. I'm going to go William of Normandy. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. What happened in 1215 to change the powers of the king? The plague? Doomsday Book? No. The Reform Act? Magna Carta in 1215. This is 1215. Was it King James? Was it James? But it's the Magna Carta. What must you have done in order to vote in elections? Paid income tax, register your identity, put your name on the electoral register, passed an electoral test. Now, I think in a perfect world, all four of those should probably be a requirement. Maybe not so much with your identity of the police, but these three, I would say, yeah. This way it kind of weeds out the people who are just voting because they like someone's name. And there's a lot, at least here in the States, there are a lot of dumb people voting who probably shouldn't be voting. And all you have to do is register. Basically, register to vote. Prove you're a citizen. Which the Democrats are even trying to eliminate this process. So, according to them, you should just be breathing. And as long as you can prove you're breathing, and I don't even know half the time they can even do that because they started this mail-in stuff, so you don't even know who's mailing it in. Paid in. This is, I like this because then it gives you, some skin in the game. Hey, if you're paying taxes, you should have a say in how the government's ran. Pass electoral, and this is also true. You should know just a kind of a beginner's knowledge of what's going on in the world, and how the election process works. Because right now it's just usually if they got an R next to their name, you vote for it. If there's a D next to their name, you just vote for it. You may not know the person or who they are or what even they stand for. And you're just voting for your side. And that's just kind of how it is now. And it's, it's brutal. Paid, this is how like I said, this is what I would like to see. But there are people who... I could see why this would not be legit because some people are unemployed right now, but they should still have a say for sure. But this, pass an electoral test, I think should be an requirement. It's going to be just register to vote. Which of these is the name of a novel by Jane Austen? I believe, I don't know it I don't know, but maybe it'll dawn on me here. Our Man in Havana, no. Far from the Madding Crowd? That doesn't sound familiar. Oliver Twist, yes, I've heard of it, but not her. It's definitely this. Sense and Sensibility. How often does the Prime Minister's questions occur when Parliament is sitting? And this is I know I've seen videos on this, and I know many of you have directed me to this. I want to say it's once a week on Wednesdays. It's once a week, and this is, and that's thanks to all of you. And that's what I love about this channel. I'm learning. It may not look like it at times. I may forget, but some things stick. Some things stick. Next question. I'm already on question 20 here, and I haven't, knock on wood, I haven't missed a question yet. And this is, now granted, I've guessed on a few and got lucky. Which Jubilee did Queen Elizabeth II celebrate in 2012? Silver, golden, platinum, diamond. Okay, so 2022 was platinum. So I can eliminate that. So 10 years before that, what would it be? Silver, golden, diamond. And I'm trying to think back to those videos where I think I was doing the Olympics and some of the skits she was in, and just in the comments from all of you and talking with some of you in emails and whatnot, we were saying what a great year 2012 was. And it's trying to remember here. For whatever reason, silver sounds, it's not golden. I know that. It's silver or diamond. And I'm trying to remember what a great year 2012 was. You had the Olympics and you had the blank Jubilee. I think it's diamond. What are Beowulf, the tiger, and She Walks in Beauty? Well, I know Beowulf was a bad movie at one point, but the other two I don't know. They could be films, I guess. Poems. Beowulf doesn't sound like a poem, though. Novels. The Tiger. Plays. Ugh. Well, I know the Beowulf was a movie. Was it a movie from a novel? Yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling this could end the streak. I'm going to guess. I'm going to say novels. Oh, poems. I would never have thought poems. Oh, dang it. I literally could miss the last four here and still pass, I think. When walking your dog in a public place, what must you ensure? Dog does not come in contact with other dogs. Dog wears a collar showing the name and address of the owner. Dog wears a special dog coat. That your dog never strays more than 3 meters away from you. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to eliminate the dog coat. Just, I don't know, for whatever reason, that makes me laugh. Your dog does not come into contact with other dogs. That's what dog parks are for, man. That your dog wears a collar showing the name and address of the owner. Well, whether or not it's like law or whatever, you should do that anyway. Dog never strays more than 3 meters away from you. What must you ensure? Dog. It's got to be dog. I mean, this is the obvious answer. When you look at all of them, this is the obvious one. What is a fundamental principle of British life? The rule of the upper classes, the rule of the monarch, the rule of your local member of parliament, the rule of law. Well, no. This is a no. No, I mean, it's got to be rule of law, right? I mean, that's the obvious answer here. Which stories are associated with Chaucer? London Tales, Ambridge Tales, Canterbury. It's Canterbury. Wow. 23 of 24. That was pretty good, if I may say so myself. This can't be, I'm starting to think this is not really the citizenship test. Source is from Life in the UK, Official Practice Questions and Answers, the Stationery Office. I would have thought there'd be more questions on how, like, the government works, maybe more history on UK life. There were some things, I wouldn't have thought would make this list. I bet you if I were to take the U.S. citizenship test, I may not do as well. I would miss more questions. Now, granted, a couple of these I guessed. Now, if there was an open, like there was no multiple choice, I probably would have gotten a lot of them wrong, for sure. But the fact that I had to guess, like St. Andrews, no idea. The one I missed, that those were poems, no clue. I guessed and got right because I just didn't know. I mean, women's right to vote. I don't know. I just kind of, by process of elimination, and then with 2 left, I just made a guess. And there was a couple others that were just kind of like that, because some of the answers were really, there's no way that's the answer. And then I just, with the 2 remaining, it was 50-50, and I guess I'm right. So I probably could have missed 4 at least, maybe even more, who knows. But some of the answers were because of you guys that for some reason I knew. So that's cool. Yeah. How'd you guys do? I'm sure you got all of them right. Hope everybody's happy, healthy, and safe. Thanks a lot for coming along. This was fun. And I hope you all have a great, great day. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Mark from the States, Mark from the States, it's Mark. And he's from